for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. 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 If it's a car you like, I'd surely buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? When we both get older, with walking canes and hair of gray, have no fear, even though it's hard to hear, I will stand here close and say, thank you for being a friend. I wanna 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 thank you. And when we die and float away into the night, the Milky Way, you hear me as we sing. I say your name, then once again. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Let me tell you about it. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your head.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
And happy Friday to you all. Yeah, I do have a bit of a case of the Mondays. I was dragging ass getting out of bed this morning. Like, I was awake, not really an issue, just didn't want to get out of bed. But it appears we are sans Zachary so far this morning.
I see that. We are, yes.
Pretty unusual.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for being a friend.
And to you. But that was a really good version. Haven't heard that song in a hot minute. That was Safety Orange, I believe was the band.
Yeah, don't know them offhand, but I like that.
Yeah, it's how.
I'm tight with one hand and
Whoa.
stuff. Cleo is already here. Well,
you
you know,
really liked that song, didn't you?
I love that song. Got Cleo already. She's already helped me say good morning this morning on the keyboard. So
I see that.
she decided she'd get here early. There's been quite the competition for Dad's attention of late. Don't know, it's either her, Bender, or Ripley. All are like very lap cat lately. Bigger, more so than normal. Bigger time than normal. I don't know. I can't talk yet. No coffee in my brain.
Eesh.
Is Effie Nation a glimmer now? I hope not.
I don't think so.
Did he just send a mud flood picture somewhere I saw?
Pretty sure it was
Maybe
this
that was
call.
in this
Yeah,
chat.
I think so. Pretty sure. Yeah, not to the best of my knowledge.
played.
Unless it's happened since Wednesday.
Right. Who knows anymore?
Right. That's exactly right. You just... Turns out I don't know nothing about nothing.
Nah, that's a good way to stay, I think, these days. Just don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. Not Cleo. I would let y'all see Cleo with me already, but it's, again, one-handed. She's got my other hand. She's laying on my arm, literally. Hi, sweetie. And if I turn my camera on, I doubt that'll help either. Let me see. Can I reach it? I can. Yes. There she is. There she is on my other hand. Making sure she gets daddy loving by laying on the hand that she needs to have rubbing her. Oh, yeah, that's the trick.
Because that other hand wastes too much time doing other shit besides petting.
That's right. That's right. Lock it in. It ain't doing nothing. Ooh, Lord. Yeah. I've already drank half a coffee and don't seem like it's even helping. It'll be an early kratom morning. Wow, I hear the air blowing out there. The wind is quite chimey. I think we're supposed to have, like, bad weather this weekend. I could be wrong. But when I mentioned the windiness and how we should go fly kites with the grandchildren this weekend, Michelle said, yeah, I think it's bad weather. I haven't looked yet to see what's happening this weekend. But it's already windy out there, Lisa.
Yeah, we had a few more tornadoes this past week. Been crazy season. Tornado Alley.
Here's Ripley. Hey, sweetie, come on.
Like 12 or 13 tornadoes or some shit. Something ridiculous.
Good Lord. Like the normal time and stuff this time of year.
Pretty well, yeah. Well, shout out to all you fine folks tuning in this morning. I see it is pretty quiet in here this morning. Just everybody's a little weird. Which, I've been feeling a little bit. Some pre-2001 energy, which makes me a little nervous.
What happened to you? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I was typing.
Just some weird energies I've been feeling that are reminding me of pre-2001. Makes me a little on edge is all. It's like unrelated, but just the familiarity just makes me think that there's weirdness.
They're usually, yeah. Wait, what? I'm trying to read chat, but I'm a bit confused.
So here's what I think I figured out is that Carl's been over there at Austin's chat in his comment section. That's what I think that Chilsters and everyone over at, what's that, Sheshowitz alleged OnlyFans, which would be Jaron. And Andrew B's just busy writing trivia questions.
So you're way more in the know than me. 'Cause I was just reading that as nothing I could understand. Like nothing. I was like, huh? What's happening?
I think that's how I interpret.
I mean, truly. Yeah. Yeah, truly. Like, I mean, I don't more.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, we've always been like, okay, so let's figure this out early on. Let's go. Let's figure it out. Everybody get together. We'll do some tricks and we'll do some experiments and we'll wrap our fucking head around this shit in no time, right? I'm sorry, I'm doing stuff. I know I'm not talking to the mic. I was busy moving things so my cats don't knock stuff over like my coffee, because then we'll have a bad morning, won't we, kitties? Anyway. So yeah, early on, let's go, let's figure it out, everybody, let's do it. We got people everywhere, right across the plane, here to help us figure this out. And so we all come up with ideas, and we start, I don't know, I think one of the first ones was, let's all take pictures of the moon at different times, different places, same time, different places, different times, same places. Let's figure out the moon, because, you know, it's the moon. And coincidentally, as I kind of had really got my head just about wrapped around the fact that, you know, space isn't what we think it is, and NASA might not be real back in, 2014, 2015. Not long after that thought really had started settling into my brain, we had the blood moon, end of days, pentamerate, coming of the demon lord, red moon eclipse. And so we all watched that happen. And at that point, when I watched that happen, and it turned red, not dark, and I was like, okay, so what I'm seeing up there is nothing to do with shadows or dust or anything that makes any sense. And I'm not going to go up there and figure it out, and nobody else is either. So what are we going to, how are we going to figure this out? Unless we build a rocket and get our asses up there, which I don't even think we can do anymore, and, that whole thing. So from that point on, I kind of knew that the sky was just like, whatever. But we kept trying, we kept plugging away at it. And let's try the sun next. That was an IRM one. Let's try the sun next. And we started looking at the sun, and the sun fucked our hands up so much that Rob early on was going, yeah, guys, I don't know about the sun out here in Australia. It doesn't make sense. What I'm seeing don't make sense. He was marking shit on his cement with the shadows and trying to make sense of it, and it wasn't making sense. And so at that point, definitely I knew that, the sky is not going to help us figure out what we're fucking standing on. Anyway, I guess I'm mini rant over. I'll stop now. Oh. Yeah, but it's like right there. What, the moon? I know, it looks like it is a rock just right fucking there. Sorry, I know you don't want to hear me drinking, so I'm going to mute up. So I'm gulping down coffee.
Well, good morning, Liz.
Sorry, I didn't catch up. Good morning, Liz. After an early video call, I hope the family are good over there in Thailand. I know they had a little bit of a shake-up. Glad to know they're all doing good at last. We spoke with you about it, or you told us about it. Now I can type again. I've lost the clear. Well, the loser per se. So cats with allergies. I've never experienced such a thing. Like I didn't know. I guess that animals who are, in the wild, literally daily out in it, being outside cats. I really didn't know that was a thing. And then I don't remember what it was that made me look into cat allergy. Oh, it was Blackie Lawless. His eye is ooey and gooey. It has been since right before I took him to get him fixed. But it had happened when he was a kitten, like first here, he had that, and I just kept, wiping the goo away and using some silver. Big bottle we have of colloidal silver, and I would put some on a cloth or a cotton ball or something, and just kind of get the goo away, and knowing the silver would help, like it does most things, because I had looked that up. Maybe that was what it was. Looking that up, putting that in the cat's eye made allergies come up in my searches, and so then I started seeing people like talking about giving their animals Benadryl and whatever else allergy meds out there, and I'm like, really? So then I had a vague memory in the middle of Katrina, or actually it was reading the one after Katrina, because my sister had gotten wiped out on the coast of Mississippi during Katrina and had to come live with us with her 3 traumatized dogs who had literally been floating on a bed in the middle of her house as it began to go underwater on the coast there, with her and the dogs inside, refrigerator floating around, the kitchen, a lot of fun. Anyway, so she's living with us, and Rita starts coming, and it's going to go right down our throat, like literally in the path of where we live. Gosh, sorry, hang on, I need a sip. So to get her dogs in the car and to take us where we need to go and get out of the storm's path, I vaguely remember her telling me she was giving her dogs Benadryl to sedate them. But I don't know. Is that a thing you know anything about? Have you ever had to give animals allergy medicine?
Yeah, I've done that. Sometimes, especially during thunderstorms. It's
for the sedating?
Essentially,
effect.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like I might have even given them for allergy reasons at some point.
And now, was this a liquid or a pill? Remember these animals, dogs, cats, rabbits, what were they?
Dogs. I think it was liquid.
Right.
And just as, partial dosage, but.
Yeah, I might have to go get some liquid, I think. I can't really get my animals to easily take pills anymore because between whatever the real quick kill, 24-hour kill it all, get it out, let's do it, let's get these fleas gone, little whatever they are, cat pills, cat something. And the anti-worm pills, I would have to give them every now and again because of, cats. They got over it. The whole trick of, the whatever pill pocket thing, and they'll eat that just right up. Yeah, they'll eat that gooey, soft coating shit off the outside of that pill and spit that right the fuck on the ground. You're right, they will eat that gooey coating right up. And I tried the whole, just shove it down to the throat. Yeah, okay. Here's my animal that I want to have love me and trust me, and I'm going to snatch it up and shove my finger down his throat repeatedly. So I couldn't do that, so I'm going to try liquid, I guess. Anyway. I ordered some type of terramycin that I was told by the vet lady over there that was doing the neutering. That would help, and that's what the vet prescribes for eye gooiness, so I ordered it. But when I ordered it, apparently I didn't really look closely at when it would get here, because it took, well, it's taking almost 2 weeks. And I asked Michelle not long after I realized it wasn't going to be here in a day or two. Like, why do we pay for a fucking Prime?
Yep.
Isn't that the whole point? Was it was going to get here free in 2 days? That's all been gone, I know, but still, a week maybe. Wait, what's wrong? Audio is at 100. I'm sitting back maybe from my mic. I'm very like chill. I'm not up in it like this. Is that better? Liz. Hello, Liz. I do have a squeaky chair though. I heard it.
I'm gonna say mine's a little squeaky, a little creaky.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that one. Find some WD, I guess.
Saw Teams was all up and going. Skype's ready.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
Did you?
I'm ready.
Yeah, so everything transferred over. I haven't opened it up just to make sure. Looks like all the calls
I
are
looked.
there.
It seemed like it was all there.
Had a message from Liz over there on Teams saying she just found out what FOMO was. She's going to be flying back to the States here soon, and I'd mentioned I'm going to have some FOMO, having Liz around and not being able to go say hi. So.
Yeah, I was doing some trying to figure it out. It's the distance and Michelle's time off and the limited amount of time off she gets being the only, like basically she's it at the paper now. There's one lady who deals with office crowd, like, payroll and office crowd. And then there's one person that comes in once or twice a week that deals with the actual distribution, whatever it is, circulation. There it is. Getting the paper out there. But everything else is Michelle. Like, she does 2 papers pretty much by herself now since, like, for some number of years. So for her to get time away becomes a whole, like, bringing people from other papers, from other parts of the state in, and it's the whole thing. Or the actual lady that's her boss comes in and does stuff. And so to get there with a, for us, almost 12-hour drive and have any significant time to visit and then be back in the time that she would have off just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Not this time anyway. If we had known this earlier in the year and had not already used up, she's already had to use up so much between my health issues, her mom's health issues, Jamie breaking his neck. She's already used up a lot of her I've got to go, can somebody come in type situation. Uh-oh, hang on.
Oh, bless you. That's how you wake up a house.
Did I get that muted? Apparently not when you said bless you.
You got 80% of it muted. There's that first 20% we heard. Just a big ha.
I tried. I was laid way back and had to reach up for the mute. I tried. So with this, like right now, me already this early sneezing, I haven't been outside. It's a bad allergy year, so that's probably a lot of what is going on with the cat. But anyway, we'll find out once the medicine gets here and I'll start putting it on his eye. But yeah, it's definitely a bad allergy start for the year. What is it? Oh, Bemorme. Thank you, Liz. I'll take your Bemorment. I said hey to everybody else who's here. Melissa's here. Hello, Melissa. Oh, man. That messed me up, too. Now my ear's all weird, and that's the ear I have my earbud in. Talk. Let me see if I...
Mic check 1, 2.
Okay. I guess I can hear. It's very airy right now. Sounds like the ocean in me. Disgusting video. I don't want to see that. Whatever that is. Man, I've got way too many tabs open here. Oh, so remember we were talking about Sonny Sherrick? How I could not play the Space Ghost theme back in the day? Well, I went looking to see if I could find maybe some tablature that would help me figure it out, or some kind of lesson on YouTube, not to find one. And so I have this thing called Songster, which is like an automated guitar tablature, bass tablature site that will like not just show you the music, but it plays along with it with like a really synthetic-y, fakey sounding version of the song that's really just getting you the notes, not trying to be an accurate representation of the song. But it's gotten quite robust up the last year, so now you can like tie the YouTube video into the system there, and it'll play along with the video and like kind of, I guess, using AI, figure out the chords and the progressions and show them to you in real time if you pay for it, of course. Then I noticed as I was looking there for that song, the theme song, it wasn't there, and I saw this thing, you can't find your tablature, use AI and let it just make it up. I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here. So I gave it the title and the artist and a link to the video for the theme song, and it created for me a preview of an accurate, pretty good damn version of the song. Now I don't get the whole song because I'm not a paid dude anymore, because I don't sit in front of that app like I used to when I was digging deep in certain songs. And when I do dig deep in a real complicated song, I'll pay for a month of it just because we can slow stuff down and loop and do all these things. But yeah, I'll have it under my belt probably by the weekend. It's a pretty deceptively simple, but weirdly out of, just doesn't make sense with musical theory at all, which is kind of the key to his sound and genius, I think. A lot of people out there that were like known as amazing, phenomenal guitar heroes had no fucking clue about music theory or, you know, actual theory, which is a whole thing. I have never figured it out. I've been taking music in some form or another probably since 4th grade. And I still never wrapped my head around the circle of fifths, cage system. You tried all, or I've tried it all. And yeah, not just too much crap to keep in my head. Oh, sorry, playing catch up in the chat again.
That's right. I was just,
what's up, Brian?
I think we might need to call Zack or something. It really isn't you. No. I say it. He might have even been here for a minute, or I just willed it so. I don't know. But I sees him, so I don't have to call him. Morning, sir. How are you doing?
There he is. What's up?
Sorry about that. I went to hit my snooze button, and I must have turned the alarm off.
Yeah, I did that a couple mornings ago to go to the doctor. Or, where did I have to go? Anyway, yeah, I did that recently. I think what I figured out is on my phone, if it's not an alarm that you're already set up and like click on it and just change the time real quick and go, you just do a new alarm and just go like new time, new everything, and just hit save, and don't go down below that and go fix the snooze like you want it to be. It will not actually happen. I think that's what happened there. You know, when you set it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or how many times after you hit it you want it to go and all that, if you don't set all that up and save it, I don't think it's working. I don't think it does. I don't know. I may be wrong. But yeah.
What's
good to see you here.
It's that time. We done hit the first break.
Hey, it definitely is. What? You are correct. Art. Peter Frampton was pretty cool with that voice box. What's up, Sketchy?
All right. Well, don't you folks go anywhere. We're going to take the break, and we'll be back for the second half of the first half, and we'll see if we can catch up with Zack a little bit, see what's been going on with him. see how Globesters Tech went. I tried to tune in, but had to go pick up cars and go have some delayed corned beef and cabbage at the in-laws' house. I missed it. But we'll be back. Don't you guys go anywhere.
Before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin and know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. Would you do for me? 'Cause hurt doesn't show, pain still grows. No stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. You're listening to Iron Realm Media. I listen all the time, and it's the best truth show out there. Forget about the mainstream lying. Get your weekly dose of iron. realm, that is. Stay woke, folks.
Good morning to you. Start your day off bright and shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to Space Lettuce from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back to the second half of the first half of the IRONWORX. And the gang's all here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. So I never actually heard that cover we just heard until this weekend, last weekend, whatever. We were riding around, and some station had decided to do some kind of cover song block. I did about 4 different cover songs by artists for songs I had never heard. And that was one of them. And I saw 9 Point live. Of course, that was way back in 2002, 3, I don't know. Whatever year the Alter Bridge first album came out, when they did the some kind of alcohol tour. What was Jägermeister? Is that the nasty stuff that tastes like NyQuil? Yeah. And there was a bunch of bands on the bill, and they were one of them. And I would have definitely remembered them doing that song. So that must be a more recent song they put out. Anyway, thank you for playing that.
That was good. I enjoyed it.
So good morning, Zachary. What, sir?
Oh, I was just saying I enjoyed it. But yes, good morning, Zachary.
Try to remember some of the other. I was trying to earlier when I pulled that one out of my butt and like, where was those songs, those tunes? And I should have wrote them down, but I didn't. I'll probably remember one before too long. Sorry. Good morning, Zach.
Good morning. Sorry, I was looking at this article. Flight tracker, flight radar.
Okay.
Decided to pull an April Fool's prank.
Okay, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, they put a Concorde listed on the flight radar crossing the ocean. And it appeared on people's screens. More than 50,000 people followed the aircraft's progress live.
So now I'm extrapolating here, because I like to think. If they can do that.
Yeah.
If they can do that, then, then it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Not even if they can. If they will.
Yeah.
Like, what would be the fucking point? Whose bright idea was it just to fake shit? As the
because that does great stuff for your credibility and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Hey, buddy, check out all these planes on radar. Or are they? Maybe there's more and we're hiding them from you. Good luck in the air.
Maybe it's not even there right there. Maybe it's over here. Yeah, that just seems a little stupid to be like, I don't know. Maybe they needed a publicity boost or something like that. I don't know. But that just seems like a really dumb idea. American English includes one of the rarest sounds on Earth, but we use it all the time.
Yeah, I saw that story go by and didn't click on it. And then when I went back to go read it, everything had reset. I didn't know how to look for it.
Wait a minute. Read that one more time. The rarest sound on Earth is from where?
Yeah.
From where?
American English.
American English. 385 million people all make the rarest sound. Okay.
So it's the sound as in
the letter R. That's the contention of this article, is the letter R is the rarest sound on Earth.
Right.
I. No R's. No R's.
Yeah, bird, like as in bird, world, summer, or percent. Apparently that sound.
So let's get this straight. When Americans want to respond in the negative, they say no. Only one place in the world is no pronounced nar. Seems to me like nar would be one of the rarest sounds. Nar, spelled N-O. I could see how maybe in that specific combination. But even is that like American English? Do Australians speak American English? No. But they have the sound. Like, I can't believe that of all the languages spoken, American English has the lowest number of people that make the sound. Like, what? Is American English different than Canadian English?
There's even people who add R's to extra to words that don't even need it, like saw. They say saw, and those people. I know they're from a certain area, but I don't want to be geopolitical. Oh, come on, Cleo, that hurt. Oh,
you're gonna love this next line. The sound is found in less than 1% of the world's languages, rarer than the click consonants found in some languages in East and Southern Africa.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit. I can't even do it this early.
As rare as the sound is, there are a lot of people in the world who use it. It's also used in Mandarin Chinese.
Don't French make their sound?
But technically, they make an L sound, and I'll stop. Never mind.
I mean, don't Germans? Sprechen Sie Deutsch, wouldn't you have to sprechen Sie? Like, I don't believe that this is even close to reality.
No, it's not the amount of people who speak it.
Oh. What do you call rare? How do you have a rare language?
Because they took all the languages and took the noises from all the different languages. And this one is only in 1% of the world's languages. It just happens to exist in 2 of the most spoken languages on Earth. Mandarin and English. Well, that's just stupid.
I'm still confused. They did what? Took all the sounds, each individual syllabic sound
from the languages,
every language created, every known language to man, and it was Mandarin and English used it the most, and that was only 1% of all of the languages?
Yeah, there's a lot of languages out there.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding one that doesn't have the R sound, though.
So there's 7,000 to 7,159 languages spoken around the world today, according to AI.
But again, like, is Canadian English different than American English?
Yeah, that's where it gets dumb.
Which is different than Australian English, which is different than the Queen's English? Which would be different than something like Cockney? Like, of those 7,000 languages, are like 500 of them English variants?
Yeah, I don't understand the American English.
I speak Helen Keller.
I speak Helen Keller. So they launched the 3 private astronauts to space. When was this?
Yesterday. It's the same ones they just brought back because fuck them.
Beginning a terrible time in space, they said. What? I have to... When did IFL Science start charging?
When people stopped advertising with their stupid-ass website?
I don't even click on them or fucking Pop's Eye or there's many stories. I've told them stop sending people, don't send me stories from those people because I'm not going to pay for their shit.
So it looks like somebody had a real bad time, at least what I can read of the article. Like, they were vomiting the whole time. That would suck, dude. Even if it wasn't you, you're just stuck in this small room with somebody constantly puking.
What they need to do is figure out some way they could strap them into like a chair and figure out how to train them with all these different gyroscopic motions all occurring at once. Like, they can spin them and twirl them and flip them and do all sorts of things on these different rotation axes. I think that'd be a really cool idea to do with their astronauts. That way they can get used to all the different G-forces and motions and things like that. That way when they go up there, they're not going to get sick.
Special training for people that go in space. Is that what you're implying is needed here?
I mean, maybe not even specialized training per se. Maybe just the bare minimum basic motion sickness training would be good.
Yeah.
A real quick, like, merry-go-round.
I was like,
that'll do.
Down at Cape Canaveral, they had this, it looked like a gyroscope gimbal system, but there's no gyroscope. You get in there and stand, you hold on with your hands, kind of, you make an X. Your feet get strapped into a thing, it's a big circle, and then your arms get strapped in. And you have to try to level it out. They're going to start spinning you in all kinds of crazy directions, and your job is to try and make it so it stabilizes using your balance. I couldn't do it. It was crazy.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Because I wasn't in Space Cadet training or whatever that stupid shit was called.
Good morning, Andrew.
Hello. I'm super tired right now, but I was just listening to the aspect of what is the strangest sound in language.
Rarest.
Rarest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The sound you're least likely to hear on planet Earth, apparently, is the way the story reads. If you're an alien visiting planet Earth, this is the sound you're least likely to hear from all the languages. If everybody wants to talk to the alien leaders at the same time, that's the sound you'll least likely hear.
Okay, that's so weird. Like, did you travel faster than light to get here? It's just kind of makes sense. But yeah, the clicking sound from the Swahili tribes and whatnot. But I think, even though it's still, in my opinion, super rare, but it's used in multiple languages, is when people sound like they're clearing their throat. Like, what do you, come on, just get rid of that.
Hey, ease up, man. I don't want to hocking on my breath.
And then the other language, this is my only rant for now, is I've got some Vietnamese neighbors. And when I talk to them, their English is just fine. Then all of a sudden, they have their window open while they're cooking dinner or something, and all of a sudden, the pitch of their voice, it just goes from like a regular octave, like to up where, like, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin song or something. I can't even stand hearing that shit. Vietnamese is the worst language I've ever had to listen to. Anyways, that's my little rant.
How about the letter X? That sound is more common than Sorry, I'm going to have to talk to somebody about this. I don't know.
U.S. Customs' new crackdown prompts Canadian lawyers to urge all travelers to use burner phones to protect personal data.
We've got this Lebanese company that will provide you free burner phones.
What is it, like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Like, here's some burner phones. They can track that shit.
It's because the border officials have the authority to inspect mobile phones, review social media activity, and even copy data stored on the device. Really? And amid tightened U.S. travel regulations for Canadians and heightened scrutiny at the border, immigration experts are warning travelers to leave their personal phones at home. Wouldn't that just raise more suspicion of the people at the border? Like, why does your phone have no numbers in it or anything?
It's called the honeypot.
Why do you have a burner phone? You figure that would raise their suspicion a little bit more. And yeah, like you're saying, like the government doesn't already have all the data on you that they want. Come on.
And what I think is kind of funny about the burner phones, especially in these different movies and shows like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, is that, oh yeah, they make that call and then they just break it in half. Like, that didn't do anything. It's made it so you can't hear anyone that's calling you. But the data's still retrievable. But it's a TV show, I guess. Yeah, it's a honeypot.
So this says April 3rd, but isn't this an old story? Former NASA engineer says he can defy physics and overcome Earth's gravity. And it's all about, he helped found the electrostatics and surface physics lab for NASA. The Exodus Propulsion Technologies. Their device uses nothing more than electric fields to generate sustainable thrust. Enough, he claims, to overcome the pull of gravity without any exhaust or fuel. He describes the force the gravity-defying propulsion system creates as a new force, not currently accounted for in known physics. What are you talking about, dude? It's ionic wind. It's the oldest type of electricity that we know of. In short, he believes this system can move an object by manipulating electrostatic pressure, which is the shifting of an object's center of mass in a way that produces a measurable, sustained force.
Is this a story you're reading from Daily Galaxy?
No, this is BGR.com. They must be just covering that old, because didn't we just read this? And it goes into the EM drive. Remember that one, the M drive? once touted as a similar breakthrough, fell apart under scientific scrutiny.
Right. Woodward, is that his name? Finally found the name in my article here.
Well, this says Bueller.
Oh, Bueller?
Bueller's claims are best met with a mixture of fascination and healthy skepticism. He presented the findings at the Alternative Propulsion Energy Conference. However, his credentials and the involvement of researchers from NASA, Blue Origin, and the Air Force have raised some eyebrows, including my own.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not seeing a Bueller in this article I have at all. It's all about this guy, Jim Woodward. So apparently we got a lot of people trying to get us out of here with no fuel.
After the break, I've got some space lettuce to share as well, directly related to what I think you're sharing, because it's about, you know, the fake space and about electricity. This one is definitely going up on the category in the top 10 of space lettuce, aside from the Mexico's lunar catapult.
So, Andrew, in your opinion, would electric propulsion work if there's no electric field around the object? No, right? No, it wouldn't. No. So what they're saying is that for this to work out there, space has to have an electric field.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, I lied. It is. The guy talked to Charles Bueller, B-U-H-L-E-R. I was looking for the Ferris Bueller spelling. So they did talk to him about this guy's stuff, and he agreed that the discovery of a new force is fundamental to the electric field. Anyone can do da-da-da-da. So they're all putting their brains together. They'll do it. They're going to get us out of here without that slingshot you're talking about, Andrew.
I didn't even know NASA had a space program, and then I found that. I was like, and they're creating a catapult. What? The only way that this ionic thrust or electro whatever is if it was creating its own magnetic field around it, and then it was just pushing off of that or something. But it still doesn't make any sense. That magnetic field would have to be in the millions of volts in order for that to even work. Many millions of volts.
It would take a lot of power. Oh.
I know that's right.
Wake up. Got to bed pretty early last night too. I woke up
too much.
I must have been fighting something off in my dreams. I hate that. Sex with dogs is bad. Agreed.
I don't know. Never tried it.
Yeah, just...
I could imagine, though.
Family tried anything dogs before. What is this? Ad blocker's going crazy today. Everything's got ads. A lost city deep in the Atlantic is like nothing we've ever seen on Earth. And when they say lost city, I mean, are they talking about an actual city down there? Because the picture just shows some rocks in real dark water.
Yeah, that's a real good question. Makes you wonder. But since we're at the
so they say
top of the hour,
real lost city.
So a city, like buildings and houses, districts and streets and the things that would make up a city. Streets. Interesting.
It says it consists of massive walls, columns, and monoliths stretching more than 60 meters tall.
So maybe ruins of an old city. Maybe.
No, it says, to be clear, it's not the home of a long forgotten human civilization. Then it's not a fucking city. You don't go out to the woods and see a bunch of animals playing around in the trees and go, look at that city they have. A hydrothermal field, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I'm not reading.
Not reading this. We're going to take a break if that's how you're going to be. So did you guys go anywhere? We've got another hour coming up right after this. Sticking with the covers. We'll be back.
Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Late night sex, so wet, so tight. I gas up the jet for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Huh. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Outside in the distance, I saw shimmering lights. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. Had to stop for the night. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. And we can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Late night sex, so wet, so tight. I gas up the jet for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Ha. Her mind is still funny twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she called friends. Then I called up the captain. Please bring me my wine. And he said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I say you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Late night sex, so wet, so tight. I gas up the jet for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I say you can go wherever you like. You can go wherever you Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she called friends. Then I called up the captain. Please bring me my wine. And he said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I say you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Late night sex, so wet, so tight. I gas up the jet for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like. I say you can go wherever you like. 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 You can go wherever you like.
it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Real Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworks with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning, good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know what. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Yep, it's about where I am. Welcome back. It's the second half of the Ironworks. Specifically, the first half of the second half of the Iron.
What do you guys know about replica firearms and laws pertaining to them? I remember back in the day, all toy guns had like an orange muzzle tip. Anything plastic, whatever. It didn't,
And that was even in the 90s. In the 80s, I don't remember having orange plastic tips. We had guns that looked like fucking guns. We had metal cap guns that looked like and made sounds and smoke and shit. No orange caps on them. They were shiny, chromed out cap guns.
Wood and metal, not even plastic. I remember at Six Flags getting the long musket rifle thing, and it just had the little cap thing in the back. And we used to put a nail in the end and then shoot rubber bands, the big long rubber bands from the newspaper. And you could stretch it as long as that rifle. And instead of having the capper pulled back, you would pull it, or have it like it was fired, and then you just cock it to fire it. But yeah, we used to have guns that didn't have the orange thing. And you can go buy replicas today that are made of real metal that don't have the orange thing.
Yeah, they don't have a firing pin in it.
Well, even that isn't necessarily a replica.
Or the ability to put one in.
Like, you can have a working replica. Replicas don't necessarily need to not have a fire
blank.
I mean, you can even fire real bullets. Or like black powder replicas. The Colts, the old Colts. I think Dixie's got an old Colt muzzleloader revolver from 1860s probably-ish. Well, but it's a replica of that particular revolver. You can still load it and shoot it and fire it. It's just not the original one that's 250 years old. It's a newer replica that makes it able to be fired.
Well, this makes me think of the movie Snatch. You guys seen that, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
So there's that one scene where Bullet Tooth Tony is sitting down in that bar or cafe or something, and the three black guys come in there, all with ski masks, and they all have guns, and he just takes a look over and peeks at the gun real quick, and then he starts basically calmly saying, "See, the difference between your gun is that it says replica on the side. Mine says Desert Eagle .50." And then they're like, "Oh shit."
So over 1,000 replica firearms and suppressors have been seized by CBP and CPSC at LAX. Replica firearms, even though not always functional, can be easily mistaken for genuine weapons. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and 92 abandoned suppressors. They have 111 replica suppressors, but 92 actual or abandoned. I don't know. I've never heard of an abandoned suppressor. All these came from China. And then they're saying if these items were to reach the street, the consequences could be significant. Yeah, but you can buy all these items here. It's not like, even though not always functional, can be easily mistaken for genuine weapons by the public and law enforcement. I get it. But you can go buy airsoft rifles made out of metal that look real. They don't have an orange thing in the end. And then it goes on to say federal law requires that toy guns, look-alike firearms, and imitation firearms sold or transported across state lines have a blaze orange plug inserted in the barrel or a stripe on both sides of the barrel.
I remember when this law started to go hardcore into effect when it came to toy manufacturers, and there was an incident that happened. It was in the early to mid 90s, I think. And there was this kid in his bedroom, and a cop comes in for whatever reason. I forget what it is. And this kid was like hiding behind his bed and saw someone coming in and pulled out a fake plastic like cap gun or something like that. And the cop pulled out his gun and shot the kid dead. The kid was like maybe 8 or 9 years old. And that became like a big controversy. And they were like, okay, well, it was dark. The cop couldn't see it. But then again, the toy gun didn't have that bright orange type of thing on the end of it, a little plastic piece. That's when they started enforcing this shit a lot. I'll pull up the news over it if I can.
I'm trying to find... So I can go online right now and buy a replica M16. And it has 0 orange plug on it. I'm trying to see, like, all these things can't be out of South Carolina. Well, they could be. We do love our guns here in South Carolina. But there's like hundreds of different of these manufacturers and sellers. Knife Country, USA and more, Creations and Collections, By the Sword and more, Medieval and Renaissance, Discount Cutlery and more, Knife Country USA, World War II gear. I mean, I can buy replicas of just about anything. An Old West Frontier nickel finish revolver, $69. Looks real. So they say that, it's against federal law, but unless all these are sold right here in South Carolina, I don't know how I would purchase this. I see one with an orange tip. Winchester revolver rifle replica. But the rest of them don't. They look like real guns. So I don't know what the laws actually are. Because I remember for a long time there was orange plugs on everything. It just ruined, like you said, Josh, with 90s. I think that's when I quit playing with fake guns and That's when we started playing with BB guns more.
Same. Because that's when I think that they really started coming out with some cool designs for like the CO2 BB guns and shit like that. You can get like the big 357 Magnum BB gun with the CO2 cartridge in the handle.
I had a Desert Eagle. It didn't have the CO2 cartridge, though. It just had a spring in it. Like you would, you know how you rack your slide and put one in the chamber on a handgun? It was kind of that same thing. But you would pull it back and it would like lock into place, and then you would push it forward real hard. It didn't just slide back. And there was some spring in there, and it wouldn't shoot the BBs very far. But you could hold like 18 in there, and you just had to cock it each time, and then you could fire it.
Yeah, see, I remember this had to have been early 90s, maybe. I had the old pump action M16 BB gun. It looked like an M16, but the handle, you just pump it up for this forward stock. But it looked like close enough to an M16. Maybe not quite full size, but like it had passed. If there was a cop coming in the house, guns drawn, and I'd have pulled that up, I'd have probably got shot too.
Yeah, so I don't understand that whole article or what they're doing. I mean, you can buy replicas, you can buy airsoft guns now. Down at Walmart that look like real guns. There's no orange tip on it or anything. You watch those airsoft players out there, they look like they're, all dressed in military garb and all that kind of stuff. They look like military. It doesn't look like children out there playing. It looks like they have real weapons.
My BB gun now that I own would pass for a regular gun. Like it's modeled after the P365 Sig Sauer. Like you can use it to like train your concealed carry and practice just your everyday carry with a BB gun without having to worry about licensing and the danger of shooting an actual 9mm or 44. You're just wanting to get used to carrying it. It's the weight, the size, the shape, even the action. It's all meant to be exactly like that P365. It's a cool little BB gun.
Yeah, I just don't. Does it have something to do with trade with China or something like that? Because I just don't see the issue here. If we sell the stuff here and you can get all this stuff here, I mean, I can go to a gun show and get a suppressor. It's not like it's hard.
And I heard they were looking to get rid of the $1,000 application fee or whatever it was. I think they're.
What about air rifles? Yeah. Have you guys ever looked into air rifles? And
they're just as. I mean, you can go deer hunting with a pellet gun. They've gotten them so strong now and shooting such weighted, pellets. That, yeah, you can actually kill a deer with an air rifle.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be buying one here pretty soon. It's the IRONWORX something or other. It's a 50 caliber 2-round magazine, and it uses just compressed air. And yeah, you can literally go hunting with these. And in a lot of states that prohibit felons from owning or operating a firearm, they're still considered legal because it's not a firearm. Use air. I don't need that. I have. Never mind. I cannot confirm or deny.
There's a semi-automatic firearm bill headed to Governor Ulysses' desk. Where's this out of? Denver. Oh, geez.
Wow, isn't that one of the states that just allows open carry, like just nonchalantly?
there's a lot of states that do now.
Most
we do here.
Most always have.
Yeah.
That's always been pretty much always been the case. You can do. It's the concealing of it that's been relatively new. That they allow it constitutionally. Then hey, go ahead nonchalantly and casually carry your concealed pistol. It's fine.
The bill in Colorado prohibits the purchase or sale of rapid fire conversion devices like bump stocks and binary triggers, according to Colorado Senate Democrats. Okay. I don't know how I feel about all that stuff. Really, it's kind of like if you want to do that, like for warfare, I would rather have my opponent shooting fully automatic weapons because they're way less accurate.
Yeah. Binary triggers are pretty fucking accurate, though.
Are they?
I mean, yeah. Because it's basically you pull the trigger back and your gun fires. And then you let the trigger go, and the trigger resets, and that fires it again. And then you pull the trigger back, and it fires it a third time. And you let the trigger go, and the trigger resets, and it fires it a fourth time. I think is how that, or at least one of the actions.
Yeah, interestingly enough, about fully automatic weapons, such as like the M16A3 as an example. Those are single shot, or some of them are configured like the Marines use the ones that don't have full auto. They have a 3-round burst.
Yeah.
So what if that trigger doesn't identify as binary?
Then into non-binary.
Time to get a new gun then.
So when I was on my first ground deployment in Iraq, years ago, and one of the things you have to do is get your rifle, and you have to have it inspected by the armory to make sure that there's no missing parts, all that bullshit, right? And make sure it's clean, which you have to do all the time in Iraq. And you have to go and qualify again, even though we qualified right before we deployed. And you have to bring 6 magazines out there with you. And on the very last round, it's like, all right, everyone's got 1 magazine left, cool. And go ahead and put that in, and go ahead and turn it on full auto. We were like, uh-oh, this is going to be a lesson. And it was. And the target was only maybe 100 feet from us. We put up a brand new sheet on it. And they're like, all right, aim as well as you possibly can, put it on full auto, and hold it down for about 2 seconds, in which case it burns through about half the ammunition. And all right, now go ahead and take a look at your target. See how many times you hit it. I think I hit it like maybe twice.
Yeah, on the way up.
Yeah. They're like that. That's why 1 shot, 1 kill is a very popular saying when it comes to military combat.
Yep. 100 bullets can be shot and hit nothing, where somebody with a little bit of knowledge and, skill can just take 1 shot, 1 bullet.
That's how snipers work.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they want to go on and talk about high capacity magazines and this and that, yada, 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 yada. It's like, where's the mentioning of the mental state of the people in this country? Are we ever going to address that? Because there's like 99% of the population that, well, maybe not 99%. There's a lot of people out there that probably shouldn't have a gun that do, but 90% of the population practices gun control properly. We know they're not toys. We don't go carrying and waving them around. We don't show them to people out in public. We don't act like children with them. So why are you going to punish everybody else when a few of these mentally unstable people get their hands on a gun and do something stupid. It's not our fault. It's not the gun's fault. The gun would have just sat there until that person picked it up. The gun wouldn't have pointed itself at somebody and pulled its own trigger. It's people that do this.
That reminds me again of another movie from Billy Madison. There was that his old construction dude, the big old dude that was like a
the nail
pro wrestler. Yeah,
you barely even noticed it. That was Jaws from.
Well, he had a T-shirt on during that movie, and it said, "Guns don't kill people. I kill people."
I kill people. Yeah, I love that one.
Wasn't there a movie where let me think, it almost popped. Hang on. I can see the dude. He's got his smile. He's pointing the gun at the camera. UHF. Yep. Think about it. UHF.
I remember VHF. I don't.
The freaking Weird Al movie, UHF, with Michael Richards and the. Hang on,
it is called UHF. Okay, I thought that was called VHF.
And that one dude says that guns don't kill people. I do, when he smiles and points. Let me find it.
Yeah, but no, seriously, you look around. I mean, I know videos on the internet aren't the greatest source, but you can headlines, whatever you want. There are a lot of people that are. We'll just say that they need a 3-day break. An evaluation, maybe. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call for them. That, hey, you can't act like a 4-year-old out in public.
Yeah, good luck with that. Here it is. I found it. Oh, man, what did I do?
Your organization is against gun control?
Gun control is for wimps and commies. Listen, let's get one thing straight. Guns don't kill people. I do.
I love that shit.
Oh, that was awesome.
And there's also the other very popular movie, one of my favorites still, Nicolas Cage and Ethan Hawke, and whatever the other Jared Leto, Lord of War.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, yeah, we don't care about the people that are guarding all of these nuclear silos and, large missiles and blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, because those don't ever get used. Yeah, I don't believe in nukes anymore, but he was like, it's kind of a valid point when he's saying the majority of people that get killed are getting killed from small firearms. But other countries have completely banned the use of firearms unless they have like a hunting license or something, such as the UK. And then all of a sudden you start seeing like, oh, this guy was smashed in the head with a hammer today. Like, well, you can still fucking kill people. You don't need a gun for it. So why'd you take away the guns? Oh, totalitarianism.
Mm-hmm. Hitler took the guns. Mao took the guns. Stalin took the guns. You
Don't
can go
forget,
back
though,
in
they
time
also
and
took the DMT.
Yeah, you can see what happens when a populace gets disarmed. Usually not too much longer after that, bad things start to happen. You can go back in. What was that, Walter?
I doubt somebody else had their YouTube up.
Yep, that was me. Somehow I have it running in the background on my laptop, which like never happened. Yeah, that's better.
Stay woke, folks.
Look at that. Hey, it's that last break. Look at that.
Oh, damn, we is on that, ain't we?
And even though I did find a cover, you don't have to play it. And even though I put that song last, only because of the comment in chat, everything is up to you.
I already had it pulled up. It's one I wanted to hear. Sounds like a song, a cover song I'd be interested in hearing and see how they do it. See their interpretation.
Who did the best Beatles cover?
Motley Crue?
I don't know. Who's the guy they replaced Paul McCartney with?
Even though I can't stand the band U2,
there you go.
I thought they did Helter Skelter pretty awesome. They start off by going
Who?
Helter Skelter.
No, who did it?
U2.
See, I never saw their version. I truly did enjoy the Motley Crue version of Helter Skelter, actually. Though it had a nice little guitar riff.
It's their Rattle and Hum tour. They'd start off the show and Edge comes out playing the beginning, and Bono, he comes out, he says, Charles Manson stole this song from the Beatles. Now we're stealing it back. And then just goes into, it's a pretty
He
good
wasn't wearing sunglasses, was he?
He might have been.
All right. I guess we're ready to do this. Don't go anywhere, because we do have 30 more minutes coming up right after this. Yeah, dig it already.
Took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child in my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Don't know. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. Time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too. So well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. Time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too. I'm getting older too. So take this love and take it down.
This is Michael Tyson. You probably know me better as Iron Mike, but I don't go by Iron Mike no more because I used to be a monster. I'm a different person now. I'm all about happiness. But what is happiness? I'll tell you what happiness is. Every time I listen to my favorite show, Iron Realm Media. It's a truther show on YouTube.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to Space Lettuce from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning.
And welcome back, fourth and final segment of the IRONWORX. Happy Friday, everybody. Don't ask me what's going on this afternoon because I don't have any clue.
Yeah. I kind of dug around as I thought. I had no contact information for Miss Carol at all. And I almost reached out to Zack, and then I remembered, wait, she don't live out there. She was just at the event out there. So I had no really way to get to her. Hopefully she'll reach out to us again at some point, and we'll make it happen this time correctly.
Hopefully. So if you're listening, Carol, go ahead and reach out. We'll make it happen tonight.
Yeah, we definitely can to make it happen if you are there somewhere can hear us or hear this sometime before 5 or 6 tonight.
So 2 dead stars.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just going to break into the story.
Oh, well, let me real quick do this then. I did notice Liz asking about Rico in chat, and I've been kind of dealing with my own health, so I've been kind of self-centered with my health concerns lately, trying to get my shit back on track, going back to the gym. My doctor was all pumped up with me the other day when I went and saw her, and so yeah, I'm definitely been a bit selfish with my own self-care. So I haven't noticed Rico not being here until today. So I just reached out and hope he's okay. And anyone, I mean, I know we're not, I mean, you know, I know David there in chat, I know a lot of us are dealing with health issues, and it takes a lot out of you. It definitely can get you in a place where you're, kind of down and out, feel selfish because you're really focusing on self, and that does suck sometimes when you're a person who tends to turn your energy to others, like I try to do. So having had to be selfish for my own health over this last probably good 6-8 months has been a change for me. So anyone going through that and feeling that guilt of, I'm taking care of just me, not nobody else right now. You got to sometimes, you got to have your health and your reserves of energy to be able to help and send that love and that energy out to others. So I'm sending what I can to everybody who needs it. Love you guys immensely.
Well said, Walt. Okay, so 2 dead stars found just 150 light years away, just 150, will explode 10 times brighter than the moon.
Yeah, I did see that story and just laughed and didn't. I don't even think I got it over here.
Yeah. In only 4 seconds do both stars explode. Okay. This discovery confirms long-held theories and could help unlock the secrets behind these dazzling, universe-measuring explosions. Here's the rub. Though it won't go off for 23 billion years, when it does, it'll outshine the moon and leave a mark on the cosmos. How old is the universe? Aren't we only like 14 billion years old?
Yeah, but didn't they find a star that's older?
And they're claiming they know that it's going to take 23 billion years for this to happen? Who's writing this shit? A pair of white dwarfs are locked in a tight orbit and are on track to eventually collide and explode in a Type 1A supernova. Good Lord. And like we've never seen one of these before. Okay, and then it's just a lot of talk. A lot of blah, 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 blah.
Right. What happened to the supernova that we were supposed to have happen? Was it Betelgeuse? One of them was going up.
Yeah.
Was that just
they were off by a couple million years there.
A couple million. Yeah. You know, when you're doing space, you got to guess sometimes.
23 billion years. Guess it wasn't all that pressing to write the article then, huh?
Yeah, it gets really bad these last few months with the clickbait stories. Like, so many times I'll see a headline and go, oh, this will be good for the show, and click in, and it's literally not even like, it's not even a story. It's just expounding on the sentence they used to fucking title the goddamn, it's ridiculous. It's not even AI. I don't think AI can be that dumb.
Now, I've noticed a lot of people, like on YouTube, big channels, are all of a sudden now using clickbait. I don't know if it's because there's so many people covering politics and stuff like that now, but there's a few different channels I follow to get, follow the show. And ever since probably the election, like, they're using clickbait in almost all their videos now, and they never did this before. I've unsubscribed from like 3 or 4 different people now. It's like, why are you doing this? You say this happens in the video, and nowhere in the video does it ever happen. Why are you doing this? You've got like...
Yeah, especially with the shorts thing. The shorts thing has made it ridiculous. That's really, I think, what kicked it off is, it'll have a certain image for the short, and you go click on it, and that image never appears in the video. They never talk about that. Has nothing to do with the video. Yeah, it's...
Just seeing more and more of that out of big channels. I understand the small channels doing it because, they just want the clicks, and they probably make 10 channels a day for clickbait stuff because it's hard to get lots of subs when you're doing nothing but clickbait. But you can get people to click on it at least that way.
It's not just news either. There's a lot of it in the music video world, and I say music video, I mean like people who teach guitar stuff, and especially this whole like reaction video thing that is the thing. I get that. I watch some myself, but when it becomes a forced fake, I'm gonna just diss on every other musician there is, even though my skill set really isn't that great and all that. It just turns into a big clickbait fest of who can figure out the best image or whatever. It's not like we don't know all this already. We have been beating our heads against this wall for a couple of 10 years now, but still, it's gotten really heavy over this last 6 months. Really heavy.
Oh, they found sulfur on Mars.
Well, you know. Smells like, I don't know, Satan? Did I see something about Mars that I dropped? What was it? No, something about dust on Mars? What was it? Let me find it. Oh, no, it was the moon. Sorry, it wasn't Mars. It was the moon. NASA is using a force field to sweep away deadly dust on the moon. I saw that episode, I believe.
I just looked it up. Devon Island, Canada.
Uh-huh.
Sulfate-rich surface.
Can I write this shit?
Just saying. So what was that article, Walter?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up. It's taking forever. Oh, there it goes. New Atlas. That's why I get.
Oh, yeah.
NASA using a force field. So they successfully... I mean, come on, man. I can't even read this shit. NASA has successfully tested an electric force field on the moon that protects spacecraft from destructive lunar dust. The electrodynamic dust shield, EDS, was carried aboard Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost mission. What? So is this a new company for anybody else, or did I just miss a meeting? Firefly Aerospace? Yeah, no, never heard of them, but they're up there doing tests. Not just tests, they're doing fucking Star Wars with force fields and tractor beams and oh my God. So we all know lunar dust is a major problem on those future moon missions that we'll never do. And we got to do something about it. Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. Come on, what are we doing? Oh, well, hell, they got before and after. It's like a Pepsi challenge here. Let me show you. If you don't think it works, here's before using EDS. Here's after.
Damn.
I mean, what more do you know, right? What more do you need to know?
Sorry, you have to show that one there. You have to show that one there. There's a bit of that.
You showing everybody?
Yeah, I had to switch it over.
I was leaving it for you. Oh my goodness.
You guys heard anything about the DMT?
Hitler used the DMT. Stalin took the DMT.
And red lasers?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that Wednesday, maybe.
It does seem familiar.
Yeah, I went and looked into it a little bit. I would like to try it.
Nutty, isn't it? I really want to try it too.
And these weren't, people that look like me talking about it, all right? These weren't, well, people that look like I used to look. The long-haired, These are
respectable
clean-cut,
folk.
well-spoken. Huh?
That's it, respectable folk.
Yeah, these are respectable folk. All right? Speaks coherently and clearly, doesn't say the word like in between every other word. Isn't saying dude and stuff like that. Just a normal, down-to-earth, has a wife and family and all that kind of stuff. But he was talking about this. He heard people, that would take DMT and then shine a red laser and look through the red laser light at stuff. And they're seeing like code. Kind of like the Matrix, the green stuff in the Matrix, except this code doesn't move at all. And multiple people are claiming that they're seeing this. And if you've ever taken a hallucinogenic, like you'll see a pattern on the wall or something like that, and it'll appear like that pattern will start morphing or moving, waving at you almost. When you're hallucinating, having one of these induced hallucinations. Well, this doesn't do that. This is static, just stuck there. You can read it. I want to try it. I want to see if this is real, because it's not something they can show you in a video. It's not like the camera's catching it. This is something that you can see, when you're in this induced state. I want to see if it's true or not. There's only one way to know, right?
And it's not all lasers.
Huh?
I said it's not all lasers, and I don't even think it's all red lasers. Again,
frequency.
So I think the guy that first tried this got the information during a DMT trip. Came back with this information from the machine elves or whoever it was that told him. But yeah, it was all very specific wavelengths and frequencies as to what this red laser should be in order to do this. So he went and took it and he built it. I don't think he could buy it just online to get what he needed. As I recall the story going, he built that first red laser according to the specifications of the machine elves from his previous DMT trip. And once he built it, tripped again, that's what he saw. The way I understand it, it's almost even like press board. A press board of code. You can see the layers of the different code, and it's all got dimensionality. You can turn your head and look. It's almost like shining a flashlight in the dark, but the wall, just a regular wall, is the dark, and the laser is the flashlight. And when you shine the laser, it's like you can see into the code that makes up the wall. Apparently.
So
Allegedly.
It's been too many years, and I will rewatch it now that I've seen this in chat. But Brian CB in chat there put Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai in there. Wasn't that how he went through the mountain? Was a laser? Some kind of frequency shift with the laser. Yeah, it's been too long. Me too. I might have to rewatch it. I know I have it over there on the DVD stack somewhere over there. Yeah. Probably for sure if I dig. If not, I know it's probably streaming. If not, then I guess I won't watch it. But I'm almost certain that's how he discovered the other dimension, was with a laser shift type thing.
Yeah, that DMT stuff is wild, man.
Well, maybe one day I'll find out.
It reminds me of
Karen's ready. She's already asking what kind of laser and how many we need.
There's that one syndrome.
Yeah. Macular degeneration.
Yeah, something to do with the eyes.
Yeah, my buddy, Ernie, I asked him about it. Was he seeing the little people? And he freaked the fuck out because he didn't even want to tell his wife about them because he was afraid she would think he was nuts. But I know he's like late stages of the macular degeneration. So I asked him. Even Paul's grandmother-in-law, Carrie, his wife's grandmother, as she was ending towards the end of her life, she finally asked and talked about the little people she was seeing with her macular degeneration. So yeah, pretty crazy.
But yeah, people all across the world see the same thing. Never met each other. It's not like, it's kind of like Jerry Marzinski talking to the schizophrenics. And the voices all saying the same thing. It can't just be a coincidence, right? Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if I want to know what this place is and how it works to those depths. Might terrify me.
think that's why I have such trouble with Fun Guy. Is that it's too revealing, and I don't want to see all that right now. I'm having a good time here in this plane. That's why I came here. So, yeah, I have a rough time with that. And it's bad because I've been trying to microdose, trying to help my disease, and I'm not able to do it like I would like to because I just don't handle it well. Never have. I thought with age or with clarity or with whatever, I would have a better time with it, and it's still a bit of a struggle. So I don't know if I'm ready for DMT or not.
I wonder if the movie Time Bandits has any basis, like was made on the basis of that, the little people that go around and build this place and hold it together.
Right? No shit. Holy crap. Oh, wow. I have to play with that and look at that one. Another one that's been a minute.
And then the giant in Time Bandits that had the hat that was the giant book. Yeah, that was a good one. I watched that one not that long ago with Cami. I don't think she had ever seen it. Or maybe she did. Great flick. Did you know when
Terry Gilliam's movies have a lot of hidden truth in there?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Did you know in A Princess Bride, the Billy Crystal scene where he's Miracle Max?
Uh-huh.
That was all ad-libbed.
Oh, most of it. Yep, absolutely.
And it took like 8 hours of shooting because Rob Reiner, the director, had to leave the shoot because he was laughing out loud so much. They said there were so many takes that probably would have even been funnier and better, but they were ruined because of people busting out laughing.
In the background, yeah.
They didn't know what was coming. You know, it was just Billy Crystal ad-libbing. So they didn't know the next line and weren't prepared for it. And yeah. I don't know why that popped into my head. I was thinking of the guy on the boat in Time Bandits, and then some reason that popped me to Miracle Max. I don't know. But yes, Karen, definitely. I got a bunch of mimosa root right out back.
Yeah, I gotta come out there.
Yeah, I've had the homemade stuff made by somebody who it was the first time that they had ever made it. And then I've had like pharmaceutical grade that was I really didn't like that one because of the setting. You know, you don't do DMT with Rick and Morty on the
I knew that was the one.
just a heads up, yeah. Yeah, it can get intense. Even in a good setting, it's still kind of intense. It is. Like every time I would close my eyes, I would hear, you know, that noise they make where the decibel level gets higher and then lower at the same time?
Uh-huh.
That's what you hear.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And every time I closed my eyes, it was like I was going through a tunnel of all these weird lights. But I was going through a tunnel. And then I would open my eyes because I'd start freaking out a little bit. Very cool, though.
We've done this thing.
We did. Love y'all.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all. Thank you, Andrew, for hanging out with us, my friend. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Love you guys, too. It's good to hang out with you. Something changes.
Are we going to hang out this week? I mean, today? You know what I mean.
You mean tonight?
In about 12 hours, yeah.
Well, I mean, imagine we can. Whether we go live or not, it's going to be in question. But we might get
All right, I'll check back later.
if a guest comes on and we find something out, maybe we can go live. Otherwise, we're just doing this again. Not that I don't love this, but you know how it is. But I do love you guys. Be good, be well. Do good, do it well. And if I don't see you tonight, then we'll see you next week and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 4 a.m. Central to 6 a.m. Central. Josh, Walt, and Zach.